Yeah.
Oh, like the piercings are little sun rays in the middle of the nipples, the heart of the sun.
If you really want to be unique, get a fucking tattoo on your forehead.
I would hate that.
That's it. That's the end of that. We should talk about today's topic, being unique, the real way to do it.
Truth Serum.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Truth Serum Podcast. We got Ryan and Corey.
Corey and Ryan. That was so fast. That was so fast.
And today we are joined by comedian, brilliant writer, best beard in the business. Give it up for Francisco Turtle Breton, a.k.a. at Steak Griffin,
a.k.a.
on Instagram.
And Moby Jones.
No relation.
I don't like that one. That one's dumb to me. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys?
You're right, man.
How you doing?
Nice to have you back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I used to love when Road Dogg Jesse James used to say that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Like I used to love that.
My question is, to what extent of children of all ages, how far can the child go until it's not a child?
I think you're not a child anymore when you're about 11. I think you're a young adult.
11.
You used to just be a kid and then an adult. They made up teenagers didn't exist until Cars existed. The concept of a teen.
Like the movie Cars?
Yeah, so in 2003 when Pixar released the movie Cars, children of all ages loved it, and then they developed teen culture. No, when fucking Henry Ford invented the cars, that's when people started becoming teenagers, because that was the first time people in that age bracket had any kind of autonomy. Before, you used to be you go to school, you work on the farm, you're 12, you get married, you're an adult now.
Yeah.
You get sick and we just let you die because we don't know how to fix you yet?
Just throw leeches on them. Just throw nothing but snakes and leeches. That'll definitely cure them.
All of the medicine back then was all, hey, I'm going to hurt you to see if that counteracts it. I got a headache. All right, let me suck some blood out of you. Oh, I'm going to chop your foot off.
It was the equivalent of slapping your TV real hard when it got staticky.
Yes.
It was just like that was going to fix it. Which it did sometimes.
Sometimes it did. Well, sometimes slapping your fucking TV fixes it.
Sometimes slapping your wife.
No.
Remember that guy? So, guys, we were. It was on my wedding day,
God.
And our Uber driver that was taking us to the venue.
Oh, yeah.
Where I was going to go in there and jump the broom. We didn't do that, but we had an Uber driver, and he was talking casually about how it used to be okay to slap the shit out of your wife to make her act right.
That was so awkward.
Not only was he talking casually about it, cold and callously, he was talking about it in such a way where it felt like he wanted to turn around and look at us, and we would all be in agreement. Haha, remember?
We all got so uncomfortable.
I've rarely been that uncomfortable in a car.
It's just funny how weird you had to be the one in front and be I have to interact with this fucking guy.
Yeah, I was really upset that I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to him after. Well, that's that. There's that.
He thought that was the appropriate thing to say to a bunch of guys in a wedding party.
I think he thought we would be jealous that wasn't still a thing. Oh, man, we really missed out. Right?
Yeah, what year do you think this is, sir? The 50s?
Fucking, what's crazy is, even in the 50s, I feel like I would have been a guy in the car Jesus Christ, did you hear what John said? Do you think John hits his wife? I don't think I would ever have been...
Should we call the cops or something?
Cool with that.
Yeah.
So, I did see I saw a clip of a rapper from Harlem named Vado choke his girlfriend.
I know Vado.
They were on TV recording a television show, and he just gets up and puts his hands around her neck like Homer to Bart Simpson. And
Yikes.
It's because she threw an apple at his head. Granted, she shouldn't have done that. I'm not...
Yeah.
You shouldn't... Adults shouldn't use physical force on other adults because it just escalates. But also, you shouldn't be choking another person. Unless it's you're both naked and they asked for it. And sometimes they didn't ask, but they gave you a look. And you knew.
And you try it out. You put your hand there.
Also, if it's in the WWE, like they just they fuck up your shit and then call you out. I think a choke slam's all right.
Yeah, if you can do a choke slam, if you could pull a choke slam off, why not?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I feel like no one gets strong enough to choke slam somebody to not choke slam somebody.
Right. Like, imagine you were in school and fucking one of the students got into a fight with the teacher, and the student choke slammed the teacher.
Oh man, could you just imagine the setup for that? Like, remember when you used to play WWE games on like the N64? Yeah. I played NCW because I had to be different. WCW, NCW, something else.
Oh, WCW with Bill Goldberg.
Disco Inferno. Oh yeah, I went straight to the lamest dude
with Diamond Dallas Page.
Hey, he's all right.
Who was fake Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah. Wasn't
Tell
Randy?
me the Diamond Cutter isn't just a fucking Stone Cold Stunner.
Wasn't the Macho Man Randy Savage in the WCW as well?
Yeah, he was.
NWO.
Like all the.
But you used to
all the old freaking wrestlers.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah, they were the NWOs. But you
used to
They were the.
Like, you would get somebody do a woozy, and then you could do a finishing move on that. Like, how would a kid do that to a team? He'd have to stand on the desk.
Yeah, I think the younger the kid, the more impressive it is. Actually, if it's a fucking... imagine that you see, like, a 9-year-old girl chokeslam a grown man. Like, how insane would that shit be?
That'd be amazing.
I'd pay to see that shit.
I'd pay to see a 9-year-old girl beat a man up with a lead pipe.
I'd pay to see that shit. Just beat the fuck out of him.
It's like, he didn't even have to have done anything wrong. I just want to see it.
Yeah. And that's why, because we like violence. We've really figured out a way to make violence very entertaining.
Yeah, the interesting about like the 9-year-old girl beating a grown man with a lead pipe, that is also unique.
That is unique.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a very unique case of a thing that doesn't really happen. And I want to talk about being unique.
That's funny how you're going to get to that segue.
So fucking bad. Like, so unrelated.
I don't know.
Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's, wow.
Wow.
So, no, we were having a conversation earlier about being unique. We all know these people. And whether they're just acquaintances or good friends of ours, someone always will, at some point or other, come to you with an idea of something that they want to do because they're like, oh, because this is different and this is unique and everybody does that, so I'm gonna do this. There's also a group of people that said the exact same thing you said. So when you go, I'm gonna fucking get the Odell Beckham Jr. haircut. And I'm going to dye my hair all blonde on top because it's different. And then you go outside and you see at least 6 other people with the same fucking haircut.
And also,
at least.
And also Wesley Snipes did that in the movie Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes
Simon Phoenix.
Do that. Simon Phoenix. He was
crazy,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was clinically insane, murdering sociopath in that movie. But we took the haircut. We didn't take wiping our ass with 3 shells. What does that tell you about society?
So we have a little technical difficulties, everybody.
We got technical difficulties. He's frozen.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about
you guys' connections.
Oh no. We'll work through that.
Well, Simon Phoenix was insane, and I also felt like Sylvester Stallone's character in that movie was kind of like Chris Evans in Captain America.
All right.
Well, you're not frozen anymore.
There you go. Sorry, we totally lost you.
That's crazy because on my side, I heard everything you guys were saying, and I wasn't frozen. Maybe that's what having a stroke is really like. Like, to me, everything's normal.
Yeah. That's what I feel like having a stroke probably would be like. Or like it'd be like frustrating. Like having a stroke would be like having a fight in a dream.
You know what?
Like, I know I could hit harder than this. Like, I know I could hit harder than this.
When you're fighting in a dream, it's like punching through water.
Right.
You can't read in a dream.
Which is what that... You can't?
You've never read in a dream.
No words.
You can't.
Yeah, it's not legible.
You don't know my dreams.
Your
you don't know my
brain
life.
So this is a different thought. Like what I just said about the stroke, what if that's what dying was like? Like, what if to you keep, like, living... But to everyone else, it's like, oh, shit, he just died in front of me. Like, what if you're just like, oh, well, that's weird that they... maybe what I just said was dumb. Maybe it didn't make any sense.
No, that's the argument that religion has been trying to make since the beginning of time.
Man,
They're like, no, you don't, like, after you die, stuff still happens. But we're all looking at you and nothing is happening?
Yeah.
Like, at all? Like, we put you in a box and then bury you under the ground? You ever pass by a cemetery and go, wow, this is taking up a lot of fucking space?
Yeah, we could use that for anything, like, I don't know, a store. No.
Yeah, like, what are we doing
They
with
used
all
to
these
be
bodies?
parks.
And then some people keep them in
cemeteries
their house.
used to be the only green spaces in a city, so you would just, like, take your family down and sit by grandma's grave and have a picnic.
It's really wild.
Yeah.
Like, grandma was at the picnic.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand, like, honoring the dead, and, like, I understand just being there and be like, all right, here. I don't know about eating in front of, like, grandma and trying to talk to a tombstone. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. If it helps you, cool. Like, for me, I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like, it's like having a pet and talking to it, except you get more of a reaction from the pet than you would from a tombstone.
Yeah.
And people talk to their plants, you know?
Yeah.
Like, drink it up, baby. Drink it up.
Is that how you talk to your plants?
I go, drink it up, baby. And then I go, ooh.
Ooh, you're such a big boy. Ooh.
Ooh, you're getting so big. Ooh, is that for me?
Oh, you like getting wet?
Ooh, look how wet I'm making you.
See, I talk to my plants like Denzel Washington in Training Day. It's like, I didn't know you like to get wet.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't.
He didn't say
He didn't say it like that.
aggressively.
He didn't. First of all, that was a racially insensitive Denzel Washington impression I just did. That was more Tracy Morgan than Denzel Washington.
No, that wasn't a racially insensitive. That was just you overdid
Nah,
it.
I mean, no, it was like a basic black guy voice.
What's a basic black
Hey!
guy voice sound like to you?
Hey,
That was
that's
it.
it.
Give me some more.
That sounded like
Give me some more.
Tell me something to say.
Give me your best basic black guy ordering a sandwich at the deli. Go.
New York black guy?
Yes, New York black guy, specifically Harlem.
Hey, what up? Yo, let me get Yo, I don't want no pork. Give me Yo, let me get the turkey ham with the lettuce and tomato and onions, but go light on the oil and vinegar. You be oil and vinegar in my shit too much. I'm gonna take these chips. I'm gonna eat them now. I'll pay later.
Yeah. That's pretty legit.
I think these
That's
chips
pretty
will
legit.
pay later.
Oh, listen, I don't understand the concept of being inside of a bodega, opening the bag of chips, looking at the man that you're about to pay, and eating it. I think it's a power play. I see it all the time.
Yeah, you see it all the time, for sure. Well, it's like you're in Target when you open your shit before you fucking make it to the register. Target's too big. Can we all just say
I had
that?
an ex-girlfriend do that in front of me, and it was the first time I ever really witnessed white privilege in my life.
Like,
Really?
I swear to
in
God.
a Target?
She
Just
opened
open it up and start eating it?
opened an Uncrustable, which I had never had before. They're very good. It's
I have no idea what that is.
An Uncrustable is a Smucker's peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it's just a round. They cut off all the crust, and it's just like a round disc of peanut butter and jelly.
Okay.
But she, she was a white,
It's like a Pop-Tart, but
bread.
it's like, remember those little pies that came in the box, those little table talk pies?
Yeah.
But it's like if it was a peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly, actually. So
Which I know it is.
she was a white girl from Texas, and she just casually pulls it out of the freezer section. We're walking to the register. She opens it up and pops it in her mouth. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, well, I'm going to pay for it. And I was like, wow, I don't live in a world where I would ever feel comfortable just eating something in a Target.
Oh, yeah, because you feel like always a suspect.
I feel like a suspect already, and I feel like they don't think I'm
Right,
going to
right.
pay. But no one thinks this cute little white girl is going to rob them. And I was like, wow, that's like
Yeah,
that.
and
And,
they-
to me, I was like, oh, wow, that's what white privilege is. You can just not be hassled.
Yeah, and they kill their husbands more than
Oh,
anybody.
yeah.
But like, what if you do have? But like, what if you do have? My fear of ever doing this, because if I don't have the money, I feel like an asshole. Like if I open up ahead of time and I can't pay for it, I'm like, oh well, shit, I just drank out of this. Now I'm a even bigger schmuck.
Oh, like what if my money doesn't work when I make it to the register?
that's
That
one of
happens.
my things.
My
Like,
money
if
doesn't
like
work.
there's once in a while,
That
like I'm
happens.
super thirsty, like, and I was like a bottle of water. I'd be like, all right, I have the money. I know I have it. I'm gonna do that.
Well, you just walk in like it's your own house.
Yeah.
And then when you open it and you walk right out and act like you get confused when somebody stops you and goes, "Hey, did you pay for that?" And you're like, "Oh shit, my bad. I thought this was my house."
No, that's never happened.
That's never happened.
That's
to me.
never happened to you. Wow, you guys are.
I once
pretty sheltered life.
I remember like going to Dunkin' Donuts and like ordering a fucking coffee and like leaving without the coffee and be like, oh fuck, I paid for that and I left, and like fucking a mile down the road.
No, see, I've done the opposite a bunch of times because I got confused.
What'd you get confused about? You saw your shadow and ran back in the cave?
And that's how Groundhog Day works.
No, no, like I've ordered, like I've gone through the whole process of like picking up all my stuff and ordering it, and then legitimately forgot to pay, and have walked out, and then ran back in like, oh my god, I forgot to pay for this. I'm so sorry. No, she did it. She wanted to rush. I was just stupid.
Kleptomania.
Kleptomania.
Yeah, it's weird. I would love to have white privilege for like a week. You know, I would purposely get into an argument with a police officer. No, you fucking dickhead! I didn't do it.
Oh, that's how you.
Why don't you learn how to do your fucking job, asshole?
I wouldn't use it that way.
No, and I wouldn't get my ass whooped.
I would use it at a restaurant. I would use it at a restaurant and talk to a manager about something so frivolous that no one should ever bring it up, but I would. And they would respect it because that's what white privilege is.
White privilege is pretty sweet for a white person.
Though you know what's weird about working in a restaurant or bar? There's white privilege in a restaurant or bar, but you fear a black customer way more than a white customer. You will rather not piss off a black table than any white table.
Is that?
I don't know why, but I'm not a white dude, but if there's a fucking table of black people and a table of white people, and one of them's going to get a plate that's not 100% clean from me, I'm not bringing that plate to the black table, I'll tell you that.
That's black privilege. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey. Little black privilege. You know, black privilege is cool, too, because people don't fuck with you. If you don't like being fucked with, people just automatically assume you're tough. They assume you could fight, but that's also a problem, right? Because what if you're not?
That's why they get shot,
you know,
so much.
And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's why we should all be unique as we possibly can. We should get tattoos on our hands. We should make ourselves look like people that we saw in movies, because that's the most unique way you can go about being unique. You know, when a new artist comes out, we should dress and talk exactly like them.
Do you guys remember the seminal cartoon? Do you remember the seminal cartoon Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Terry McGinnis?
Yes, Terry McGinnis.
I feel like that's where we're going with it. Like, do you remember there were just like normal people and then tattooed people? Then there were people that walked around all day looking like the Joker, but also people that looked like lizards and cats.
Oh yeah, like that's just how the world was, because people were like fucking all those lizards and cats.
There's like,
and I think we're gonna get to that, but there's gonna be like one animal everybody looks like no one's gonna be like, oh, I'm a fucking chameleon. Everyone's gonna be like, I'm a calico, and I'm different from that calico over there because that calico has an orange stripe, but I have a light brown fur.
Well, that's what we've been doing since the beginning of time. We've still somehow will figure out a way to categorize people, and that is racism. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been very educational. Now I want you to go out there, turn on MTV, and figure out what the latest and greatest in fashion is. Because that's where it is.
Does MTV still have shows? I don't know.
No, they just have the fucking... I don't know what they have now. They have like... I don't know.
I don't know anymore. I don't have cable. We're at that point where we just don't... Nobody has cable anymore. Except for like...
I think they do movies now.
Just the MTV it's a movie. It makes sense with the M. You just change the movie.
Yeah, they play like stupid fucking movies like House of Wax starring Paris Hilton, who I don't understand why she was so popular back then.
Because she was rich, I guess.
Yeah, like I didn't even think she was attractive. I kind of found like she kind of like had the fucking, I don't know, she kind of had a Jar Jar Binks vibe.
She kind of looked like a sloth to me.
Yeah, you know.
It's like that kind of like...
And dudes were really fucking into it. She just looked like she fucking ate like one meal a week. And, you know, I don't know. I didn't see it.
People like what you tell them to like.
That's true.
Like, back in olden times, like in the Middle Ages, like, you know how there's like body positivity now and all this shit? Well, like back then, that's what you wanted to be. Like you wanted to be a real thick John, 2C's.
Well, she got off 2C's. She got off on. We let her be famous for having a shitty personality, like not being able to do shit. Like, oh God, this is hard, and like that became like a personality.
Yeah.
And people just started doing that, like, which is really fucking annoying to me. But that's just me.
Yeah.
And I'm not unique. I'm sure other people feel that way too. Boom, unique.
Boom. We solved.
Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted. We solved.
You just
we
solved
defined it.
unique.
We solved unique.
We solved the puzzle.
Like,
You know, it's like doing an escape the room.
yeah.
And you want your best people. You know, you don't want Paris Hilton there 'cause she doesn't fucking know how to do anything. And she's proven it. So it's like, let's get this person who doesn't know how to do anything because everything's always been done for them to have a TV show about doing things. Genius. That's what happened.
So how do we?
What was that show?
What for?
The Paris
The
Hilton,
Simple Life.
The Simple Life with Nicole Richie.
Oh, just
And then what happens is they have a falling out eventually because both of them are assholes. And then everybody cares about it for some reason.
because they're basic rich people.
Yeah, but it happens to everybody, right? Like, oh, these two girls stopped being friends. Wow, I wonder why. That's right.
Yeah.
Why do we make these people famous? Make fucking you know. It's confusing to me.
It's like,
We were just in that era. I just feel like that was just what was the shit to be. Like you just were kind of praised for having no personality.
Well, people like to feel better than other people. Like, if you are a 9 to 5 blue collar worker back then, you would look at these two silly rich girls and go, Jesus Christ, they can't even fucking fend for themselves. Meanwhile, you watching them helps them have millions in the bank, and then you're just fucking propagating a system in which you're going to be that kind of worker for the rest of your life. And if that's not what you want to do, it is what it is. But you're sitting there and you get a little dopamine kick of like, haha, she doesn't know how to milk a fucking goat. What a fucking dumb broad. Ah.
I am talking out of my ass a lot too because I do enjoy trashy reality television.
Yeah,
You like
it's
the
trash
fucking
TV.
worst TV of anyone I know.
I love it. I fucking love it. I'm talking mad shit right now,
Yeah,
but
no,
if The Simple
but,
Life
like-
was on, I would watch it.
On a separate podcast that you host, I heard you go on for 15 straight minutes about how much you like one specific episode of Undercover Boss.
Yeah. I don't think that's trashy though. That's a show that I hope
You're
is
the
real.
fucking
I don't think that's trashy.
That's a little better quality
No,
of
that's
TV
like
show.
that's
in my
like the
opinion.
person that's like, listen, I don't think anybody should ever be in an abusive relationship, and she's saying that to you with a black eye, like, no, you don't understand this one. This one was I was wilding out.
Yeah. This is an isolated
Yeah,
incident.
it's never happened before. It'll never happen again. If it happened before, it'll happen again with anything.
Yeah, I mean, we've just gotten really good at rationalizing things as a whole. If you can make yourself, like, if you can, like, ease your conscience about doing something, you'll fucking do it.
Oh my god.
You'd be like, yeah, no, this is fine. I'll drink another drink. I'm already about to, like, I feel like I'm not blackout, but the fact that I'm even having a conversation about it means I might be a little close, but fuck it.
I'm six.
You know?
I'm like 10 drinks in. I got a few shots. Fuck it. Let's see what's gonna happen next. I'm not
But
black.
fuck it, everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's
It's
doing
the
it. It's
fucking-
the number one.
It's the hardest one to deny. Like that thing of like, well, if all your friends are jumping off a bridge, which it's like, all right, first of all, are all my friends committing suicide or are my friends bungee jumping? Because I'm probably not gonna do the first one. But the second one, I don't want to be the guy that didn't.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely not. It's like even like, for example, something like quitting smoking. Last thing you want to do when you're quitting smoking is be around a bunch of motherfuckers who are smoking. Quitting smoking is very difficult. And it's like, well, shit, I mean, this is just one cigarette. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of
You know?
temptation around you. Be like, well, I kind of want one.
It's like those people that, like, violently fucking beat people to death in a group, and then somebody else jumps in and gets a kick in. It's like, yeah, it's like, yo, you just helped them murder this person?
Do you want to be?
'Cause fucking everybody was doing it.
Do you want to be part of the cool kids? You kick this guy in and have
Shit
a
is
I don't
cigarette.
want to be part of any
It's a
group
herd.
where being part of the group is, hey, we gotta beat you. All right, we either gotta beat the shit out of you or you got to help us beat the shit out of this other guy.
That is so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just a bad way to acquire people for your network. Like Microsoft doesn't. All right, you want to be the CEO? Here's what's gonna happen. Me, Bill Gates, and all the other CEOs are gonna beat you over the head with a bunch of wiffle ball bats for 10 minutes, and if you make it out, you can be the VP of marketing.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's like a fucking frat in a way. It's just like they just haze the shit out of you just to be part of this club, which is I don't.
Yeah,
get
that's
it.
weird.
Like
I don't like frats.
Do you feel proud of yourself, like going through that shit? Yeah, sure, you're accepted for this fucking group, but like, what is that benefiting you? I understand, like that idea of being part of a frat. It's like, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be cool. We don't have to give a fuck. We're just gonna be partying all day. But like,
no, that's not why they do it.
Are these guys your friends?
No, they do it because they.
No,
don't
I have a different theory on why they actually do it. I think frats and like secret societies and shit, they do that because it's mutually assured destruction. So like, if you're in a frat and the way to get in is we all had to shove broomsticks up each other's butts, but we don't tell anybody, then if you're the guy that breaks down the line, you're never going to tell on me for shoving a broomstick up somebody else's butt because you know that you did it too. It's about having dirt on somebody else.
It's about having deniability.
Yeah, it's about having dirt on somebody else so they never break ranks.
Yeah, but also too, like there are people that just like are not good at making friends.
Yeah.
No. That's why you join one. I'm talking about why they do the hazing shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But also, I mean, like, did you remember the Ninja Turtles movie when that kid didn't have like any good role models and he wanted to join the Foot Clan?
Yeah, the Filipino martial arts
Ninja
master.
Turtles?
He was the pizza delivery boy. I know everything about this person but his name.
Secret of the Ooze.
That young, Secret of the Ooze.
He was in
Surf Ninjas. He was in the
fucking...
Rundown with The Rock. He was the little Brazilian dude.
Oh my God, he grew up so fast.
He's
He
freaking
beat the
jacked.
shit out The Rock.
You know how
Yeah.
if he grows up real fast, you put one movie on and then you put the other one on and go, whoa, he grew up real fast. Put them on back to back.
Yeah, it's like if you watch Surf Ninjas and then Deuce Bigelow, it's about how Rob Schneider's character saved an entire village and kingdom from surf ninjas and then became a male whore.
I also just love the name Surf Ninjas.
It's brilliant.
Surf Nazis Must Die?
Is that a thing?
Surf.
That's a trauma film. It's a horror movie. It's a very B-movie schlocky. Terrible horror movie.
I don't mind a good B movie if the purpose of watching it is to talk shit about it.
See, one of my favorite things, and this makes me a hypocrite, is like I'll watch bad TV if we're all drinking, talking shit about it.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what it is too, though? I feel like, and sometimes I can't tell because I feel like reality television has evolved so much from fucking just being Survivor and all that shit to being like, now we really just want to see people misbehaving. Because somehow that's the entertaining part. You want to see people, you want to see conflict. Yeah. You want to see somebody fucking hiding in another room crying because of something somebody else said. Because, you know, like we love that, and that's why it's so popular.
And it doesn't really move a story or like, you know, gets us, you know, enthralled because like nobody wants to see Joe Schmo sit in front of a couch, just nothing going on, just watching television or, you know, walking down the street. You know?
Yeah, no, you want to see people fucking going, no, shut the fuck up, I didn't say that. And
what's happening there?
Taking their mic off and fucking walking out of the house.
One of
like,
my
where
favorite,
are they going?
Where are they going?
You have a contract. One of my favorite things I've ever seen actually happened on Jersey Shore. Ronnie had a fight with his girlfriend, Sammy Sweetheart, and he took his shirt off and destroyed the room they shared and was like flipping the bed and throwing shit against the wall.
He flipped the mattress
and
up.
It was such an overreaction.
I never understood that. Yo, you know, like those like dudes that like punch a wall and shit when they're angry. Like I never understood that. I've seen you try to kick a tree down, but I just never got that. Like my brother has done shit like that. Like I remember one of our friends punched a window out.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I'm not gonna say his name, but I was there. He did it because he looked at his reflection and got angry at it. He was very drunk.
Yeah.
His reflection. You talking to me?
And it also couldn't be someone else. We were like on the third floor of an apartment building.
Yeah, we're like,
leaving to go get more drunk, and that's what he chose to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really sad.
I remember being like crazy drunk and angry, and like I remember punching like a wall, like an idiot. Happens, you know, just like
Yeah, because
lose
you could
control.
break your fucking hand.
Yeah, I think it's like a thing of like you don't want to hurt anybody. And you're like, all right, fine, I'd rather hit something.
You just want to hurt
an
yourself
object to get my anger out. Yeah, you do hurt yourself.
Yeah,
It's not smart.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of hurting myself. You know, because I wouldn't mind hurting another person.
that's exactly what that
I wouldn't
sounds
mind
like.
hurting another person. I never want to hurt myself. I get angry when I hurt myself.
And, yeah, well, that just shows how selfish you are.
No, I just like myself. You know what? People are allowed to do that as well. Go on Instagram and write a quote about it. Bit.
Oh no, I don't know if it would be unique enough.
You know, it's not unique enough because the problem is, and this is why Instagram is annoying. The problem is, I guarantee you, if you see somebody post something in their story about like a cause or some shit, it's in everybody else's story, which is great because actually everybody knows about it now, and it's like, oh, I could maybe do something. But some of this shit is like, you guys are being fucking annoying now.
Look, not only are you 100% right, to that point, I've clicked on a friend's post because I saw something. I was like, oh, that's really informative. I'm going to share that. And then reposted it on my story like I'm fucking special. Then deleted it because I was like, wait, then they're going to see it and know that I took it from them. So found the original person that did it like I fucking was in the know from the beginning. And put it on my story.
So you cover
because I was worried that people would get information that I thought they needed from me in a way where I was like, fuck, are they going to realize that I was a phony the whole time?
But is the important thing the fact that people know this important information or that it looks like you did it? Like, are you the
second one?
Are you the fucking Moses of this information?
The second one by a lot.
Yeah, it's sometimes it just kind of makes you question how genuine it is. It's like, are you just doing it so people just think you're this fucking woke good person, or do you genuinely care?
I think it's 70-30. I think 70% want people to think they care, and 30% are like really, and not even people, just like the percentage of posts and stories shared. Because there's a point where I see some people's like, yo, I don't think you can mentally have the capacity to care about all of these things.
Yeah.
Like some
That's
people
interesting.
just posting all the time. Like at some point, if you only have a set amount of how much you care, I feel like, and if you cut that shit 100 times, it's like, all right, well, you care about everything 1%. Like I just feel like you're just looking for shit. I feel like you're looking up hashtags and go, oh, I'm going to post about this today.
That's a very unique perspective.
Yeah, I'm not unique. I'm just a fucking asshole. I'm not unique because I'm a contrarian. I just want to think different. That, like, you know what's not unique? You say you like something, I go, I don't really care for it. And that's who I am at my core, and I hate that. And I just fucking realized this about myself this year, and it sucks. That I just like being different.
I'm surprised that it took you this long to figure that out.
You guys have been telling me for years. But you guys were telling me, so I was like, nah, they're fucking wrong. Because I'm such a contrarian.
That's some deep-seated shit, man. You need to fucking talk to somebody about it.
Man, I'm in therapy, heavy therapy.
You need to talk to a professional about this.
But like, to get back to that one person, all right, so you took a post from somebody that took a post from another person, probably thinking the same thing you were thinking, so that person's not unique either. I just have to say.
Yeah, you know what you should do? Repost it and write "fuck this post" on the bottom.
Anarchy, baby.
No, because it was like something I actually did believe in, but I
Fuck the
wanted people to think
establishment.
that I found it on my own.
It doesn't matter though, right? Because all you have to do is believe it. So if you wrote "fuck this post" on the bottom of it, what is somebody gonna do? Comment on it and go, "Why would you say fuck this post?" You don't even have to respond
just
to
don't
that
wanna deal
person.
with that.
But how much anxiety would that give you?
I don't respond to people all the time.
Yeah, but what if there's like this new perception of you that you actually are an asshole, even though you're really not?
Then why would I do
But
that
you
to
just
myself?
make yourself look like a dickhead. Wouldn't that be like a fucking interesting social experiment?
You know how like you don't like to physically hurt yourself? I don't like to socially hurt myself.
Which really wild because you do that all the time.
Yeah, but unbeknownst to me.
That was good.
Jumping
Not
that
gonna lie.
grenade.
That was almost as good as me telling you that I'm a normal person.
Wait, Ryan, do you know? There's a real thing. Corey thinks he's a normal like he thinks he's like the most normal guy on earth.
He is normal.
Relatively normal.
Not as a bit.
He's a normal guy.
Like he's looked at his wife and been like, it's crazy 'cause I'm just such a normal person.
I really did say that because I believed it to be true.
It depends, like...
Which makes me think that's the craziest thing about you.
Like, what's wrong with just saying, like, I'm normal?
I'm a pretty normal guy. You know why?
Because he can't say it. You know what I mean, Ryan? Like who the fuck is he?
Yeah, you can't really it's like saying, like, all right, I'm cool. Like, you can't just say you're cool. I think you think the idea is that if other people perceive you that way, that you'll be that. It's like, I think, therefore I am. That's why he says normal?
No,
or like
what I'm actually saying is I think he's such a fucking crazy person. It's crazy to me that he would have the audacity to say he's a normal guy.
Let me explain to you the definition.
The fact that he looked up the definition of normal proves that he fucking isn't.
I'm going to look it up to make sure I'm not talking out of turn.
Sorry, can you quote? Can we get the credentials? I mean, the source of normal.
I'll tell you right now.
Is it from dictionary.com?
Dictionary.
Oxford.
Like the shit that the whole world uses.
Who's Oxford?
Merriam-Webster. So, the adjective normal, conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. Used in a sentence, it's quite normal for puppies to bolt their food. Anyway, yes, I am quite usual, typical, and you can you know what to expect from me, which I happen to believe is normal. My normal doesn't have to be the same as your normal.
Very fair. There we go.
There you go.
All right, I like that.
You know what's normal to me? Like, it's normal to me to put the peanut butter on this bread before I put the jelly on the bread, and I use a spoon. I do not use a butter knife. I always use a spoon, and I typically would put the jelly would cover the surface area just enough so that way you could see a little bit of the bread on the outline of the bread, and then you smash the sandwiches together. I do not cut them in half. I eat them.
Do you toast it?
Occasionally. Most of the time, actually.
What kind of jelly are you using?
It depends. Sometimes I get the preserves. Sometimes we'll do like...
I'm talking flavors, motherfucker.
I'll go anywhere from peach to...
Whoa! Okay, well, you blew me out the water.
Sometimes.
Up in the game. Up the jelly game, man.
There you go.
Whoa.
There you go.
I've only ever gone so crazy as strawberry.
Yeah, see, that's normal to me, though, right?
Man, I wish I could have that understanding of what it tastes like to have a peanut butter sandwich.
You could, you just only would get it once.
Like, I will die. Like, it sucks. Yeah, you're right. It just sucks.
Like a shrimp cocktail.
See, that's why I don't feel like that's sort of normal. Like, when I'm around everyone else is able to consume something I can't have, I'm like, well, I don't feel normal or unique. I'm
it's
like,
normal for you to not. No, I was agreeing with you.
Are you doing that thing where you just pause mid-sentence? I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. There's a period.
No. I was just agreeing with you.
Oh,
I was cheering you on while you were giving the speech.
Yeah.
It just didn't translate the same because we're on a microphone and shit.
As I'm about to take my ADD medicine to be like...
No, but that's your normal, though. You know what I mean? Like, it would be abnormal of me to be taking your ADD medicine.
I'm upset at how much sense you just made to me, and now I have to respect that you're normal.
Yeah. I was waiting for this.
Was this all the no, you're totally right.
This is the end of a story arc.
Gaslight me for all these years.
This is the end of a story arc.
until you figured it out. No, that's your baseline is totally different from mine. Who the fuck am I? Oh, is this a fucking therapy session? Who the fuck am I to impose?
No, this is great. This is
you.
Great. We're bonding.
Yeah. I didn't know you and I could bond more.
I see that we're having a great breakthrough, guys. I'm glad we could have this discussion. You know, welcome to the therapy cast.
Could you imagine a podcast where the three of us tried to therapize somebody else? I think they would.
Oh my god, we should do that.
There's two ways it goes. Either they are fucking totally helped, or not.
Yeah.
Or they drown themselves right afterwards.
It's not a bad idea.
No pun intended, right? That just start saying no pun intended after you say things that aren't even puns.
Yeah. Pun intended.
That's my brand. You know, just try to annoy you, I just want to annoy you a little bit. Corey, what's your brand? I'm just kind of fucking trying to figure out what annoys you, and then I'm just going to continue to do it.
You know what the most annoying sound in the world is?
You've not had 5 headphones.
When he did that, I was really like, wow, that's actually pretty fucking up there.
Yeah, and that was like, that was improvised too.
Now, you know what's a really annoying sound? When you're trying to fucking sleep and the cat is going, meow! That shit is fucking annoying.
It's really hard to sleep with a fucking meowing or like a cat that's doing that and scratching at the door because they want to get in.
Oh my god, it's impossible. It's nearly impossible. Like you have to get drunk,
Dude.
in order to you got to do it. It's like, well, I'm not gonna fall asleep any other way.
Also, the frustrating thing about a cat doing that is they're spiteful. They'll come in and then hop on the bed for like a minute and go like, you know what? I didn't even want to be in here, and then fucking leave.
Oh my god,
And run away. Yeah,
I
dominance.
saw a video of a guy. He's standing at one of those screen doors where you could see through it, and the cat is scratching at the door and fucking screaming. The guy comes up and opens the door, and then the cat just stands there and stares at him instead of coming into the door, like coming through the door.
The fuck you
I'm
want?
like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Who put you up to this?
All according to plan.
That's some diabolical shit.
Yeah, the cats are pretty fucking controlling.
They're emotional terrorists.
That's some cold calculated shit. Because you know what the problem is? Then you'll see them later on and like, oh man, look how cute. Like the cat is just being cute, and it doesn't even realize it.
Pet me. Pet me. Stop.
You know,
Don't pet
you
me.
could have a tiger as a pet,
Like the tiger
but
king?
when the tiger gets mad at you, it's probably gonna kill you, and not even on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just
You can't-
It's just gonna fuck.
You can't domesticate, like, exotic wild animals like that. Like, anything that could overpower you, you know?
Yo, those tigers get to like over 500 pounds.
Yeah. Like,
Can you imagine that shit?
Yeah, there are certain animals out there that are not meant to be pets, or like, I don't understand people that do that. Like, leave them in the wild, let them survive.
Leave them where they like. You're really taking them away from their home.
Yeah,
To put them in your apartment, and then you got the fucking audacity to get mad when they act like an animal.
It's true.
yeah.
You know, like the dog chewed up all the fucking shoes. It's like, yeah, well, I mean,
That's a dog.
what the fuck did you think was? He shit on the carpet. Yeah, because
It'd be weird if your kid did that, but this fucking animal that did that?
yeah, it's like. Yeah, if it was where it's supposed to be, it would just shit wherever and nobody would complain about it. Some people would actually get excited. You ever see a dog eat another dog's shit?
I've seen a dog eat the cat shit. When I had a dog and a cat back
That's
home, I had to take the litter
crazy.
box off the ground because the dog would be like, well, "You just gonna?" The dog would look at it like, "Whoa, you're just gonna leave this here?" Nah, no, I'm gonna. And then he would just fucking.
I wonder what it tastes like to the dog.
I think about what other things taste like to other animals. Like, what does a zebra taste like? Because I can't just bite a fucking steak without cooking
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
shit, that's gross. But like, what if that tastes like chocolate to a lion? Like, they don't fucking know.
I love that you picked chocolate.
Well, because cats famously can't taste sweet things, so maybe that's what their chocolate is.
Oh,
Like it's like a chemical, right? Like they can't, if they consume chocolate, it will disrupt something in their system and they'll die, right? It's like a poison.
No, that's dogs. Cats just
Yeah.
cannot taste anything sweet. They don't have the capacity to taste anything sweet.
Also, it's just the idea they can't. It's not like it's gonna happen to them. They just can't.
Yeah, they just can't.
Yeah,
See, I'm
the
not a
part
huge
that-
fan of
that's
sweets.
interesting.
Maybe, I find cats more relatable.
Yeah,
know,
that's
like-
probably why.
I find cats more relatable because I'm not really a huge sweets person. So like, me
same
and
here.
cats are like.
I don't like sugar that much, but I love chocolate. Like, my favorite dessert in the world is a brownie.
I have heard you say that before.
I like a nice, chewy, gooey brownie. Or a nice
That
cut of
sounds
prosciutto
really
ham.
fucking.
I like a milkshake, man. Good old milkshake.
You like to
Ooh.
dip your brownie in a milkshake?
A little
Now
strawberry,
with-
Oh, man.
Oreos and shit in it.
A little
Wait,
chocolate
wait.
eclair.
You put Oreos into a strawberry milkshake?
Yeah, man. You ever had it? It's a game changer.
That's it
never
sounds
heard that.
horrible. It sounds like I would hate myself afterwards.
You will hate yourself before all that sweetness and sugar, but you're gonna enjoy it going down your freaking throat.
I've been told I've been fed that lie before.
I'll be honest. When I was a kid,
That was me.
it was like the amount of the amount of ignorance when it came to nutrition in my household was just fucking astronomical.
Oh
it
my
was just
God.
it was like the fucking nutrition ignorance Olympics in my house. It's like, yeah, he's 12. He could eat that whole fucking sleeve of Chips Ahoy, and he did.
I was ruined by the concept of baby fat. Like, everyone kept telling me, oh, no, it's just baby fat. It's going to fall off. And I'm kind of stupid in a way where, like, I take things way too literal ever since I was a child. And so when I hit, like...
Did you say Liverpool?
I said literal.
Liverpool?
Literal.
Liberal?
Liberal?
I'm not a great enunciator because I talk so fast, but I can say literal. Literally. I take things way too literally. And
Do you have peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth?
not yet.
Now do it like
Not
Chris
until you bring
Traeger.
your ass over here. Literally.
I didn't know ass was on the menu.
In my house, it better be. That's my prerequisite for finding a life partner. I just can't date any girls who don't like getting their ass ate anymore. It's crazy how much I like doing it and how I keep finding women to date that don't want it done. I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah, because a lot of people are not into that. You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? Pornography has ruined your life and your perception of women.
You're not wrong.
That's like what sex is.
You're
God
not
damn, everyone enjoys
fucking
that.
wrong at all.
Oh, that shit will create intimacy issues.
Yes. No, you're not wrong. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
But you're
We
not,
just have to be able to address these things and talk about it. You know, men have problems too.
But I thought that baby fat
Hashtag
would
men
just
problems.
fall off, and I remember hitting 13 years old, and I was still fat, and I was devastated.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody said, no, he could eat that pie of pizza by himself. He's a growing boy. I stopped growing, and it just and I was 300 pounds.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know how we're going to do this as a society, but I really feel like we need to get better at teaching kids how to fucking, I don't know, just how to kind of just be like more aware of
yeah,
what's going to happen to their body based on what they put in it, and also just the fact that some people are genetically predisposed to being heavier, and you know, like, there's so many different things, but we need to fucking, like, because I wasn't really educated. I had to educate myself, right? So for me as a kid, I would just be, look at this fat person, you know, oh, this guy's skinny, but he still eats whatever he wants. Like, you just don't understand this shit. Like, I want to be able to, like, when I have kids, I want to teach them about this shit.
yeah, they got to refine, like, maybe, like, you know, in grade school, like the curriculum, or like the whole health system or whatever. Like, you know, you can't go by, like, all right, the periodic table anymore.
Yeah, like the food pyramid is
the
bullshit.
food table.
Food pyramid
yeah.
was, like, made
Yeah,
by
food
the
pyramid's
sugar
bullshit.
industry.
Yeah,
And it's like,
literally.
what I eat, like, the three of us all eat relatively healthy diets. We all eat separate shit. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that you're allergic to shrimp and you're allergic to peanuts and I'm not allergic to anything, but other people don't extrapolate that and think, oh, well, look at Corey. He's in great shape. I'll just eat whatever he does. It's like, you need to eat the fuel that your body needs. And some people, that's not salad. Some people, it is.
Yeah, sometimes you got to put premium gas in the car, baby. Sometimes you got to get the vroom vroom juice going, baby.
Also, school lunch.
Oh, the
like,
vroom vroom juice. Got a little
like,
vroom
one
vroom
thing
juice.
that if I could snap my fingers and change anything, first of all, this virus would be done, so I could go to a bar like a goddamn gentleman and drink a drink. And second, I think it's really important. Like,
Oh yeah.
Our school lunch system in this country is garbage, and kids eat bullshit, and fucking ketchup is a vegetable, and it's nothing but fucking French fries and bread and fruit in goddamn syrup cups, and they're not learning how to put good food in their body. They're learning how to buy shit from Pepsi and Coke and buy goddamn chips, and that's not good for you in the long run.
Well, whoever's in charge doesn't really want to necessarily do their job. You know, they want to cut corners.
Like,
'Cause it's easy to cut
school
corners.
lunches are
Way
subsidized
fucking
by
easy.
snack companies.
Yeah, like Nabisco.
Those fucking assholes.
You know Nabisco? I knew a Nabisco growing up.
And, you know, just to be devil's advocate, like, nobody wants to eat healthy because it doesn't taste good.
Fuck that! I eat healthy
You
every
know.
day. It's awesome.
No.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying, as, like, you know, as a kid or whatever, you know, if you're raised properly, yes, you could achieve that. But most households don't think like that. No, don't have that education, that feeling of like, all right, we're gonna do this. Like that's why they were like, sloppy joes for lunch, pizza.
Ooh, sloppy joes! I didn't know ass was on the menu.
Yeah.
Sloppy joes is fantastic. Well, no, it's hard to feed a kid.
No, you had a messy Jose.
Yeah, they don't teach like moderation and like all right, you could do this, but like you need to put these other elements inside you.
Yeah. Also, like feeding a child is hard because you have to just make them eat sometimes. Like I was a kid, I wouldn't eat a sandwich if you didn't cut the fucking crust off.
Yeah, because it looks bad on your parents' part if you walk around looking malnourished. It looks like your parents aren't.
My nephews are picky eaters, and my sister freaks the fuck out. She's like yelling at two children who have just played all day and are hungry. She's like, just fucking eat. Like they have good food in front. She'll buy them pizza. They just don't like to eat. And like as a parent, it's gotta be a really weird thing. You gotta be freaking out when your kid won't put the thing that keeps them alive in their body.
Yo, for real. That's 100% right, and kids are stupid, is what we learned today,
dumb.
and that's the moral of the story.
You just put your thumb in them and press their brain.
Yeah, and that's why they need us for guidance, We're basically the boatman on the river. All right, Turtle, thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you have any... I know your social media has been coming back with a bang. You've been packing a real powerful punch, man. Yeah. Hawaiian punch, to be exact. What...
his name is Punchy?
That is his name. We have the same haircut.
Does he punch
Anyway,
people?
where can we find you?
You can find me at steak_Griffin on Instagram. Check out the hilarious Corey Has a Podcast.
Thank you.
Hosted by me, Corey Easley. Got an announcement coming soon. There's something in the works between Corey and myself. Got a show coming out.
Ooh.
People will know about it as soon as we have a couple of meetings about it. And I do have a children's book on the way. Publishers, hit me up. I have sent it out to several book agents. It is a story about an anxious avocado who learns how to deal with his anxiety and mental health issues in a healthy and positive way. It is already written and being illustrated as we speak.
That's amazing.
That's
man.
great.
I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Ryan, what you got?
This Thursday is another episode of Quarantine Horror Stories coming out. Check that out on Instagram TV. If you like scares, thrills, and being in a screen.
It's awesome. It's actually really good. Shout out to Ruth Ellen Cheney.
Yeah, hell yeah. Please donate to our Patreon page if you like. We're at patreon.com/Truth Serum. Any love you're willing to throw us, we'll love to hear from you too as well on our Instagram account. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. And as for me, you can also check out Corey Has a Podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Corey Easley _ COREYEASLEY _ And like the show, share it, subscribe it, share all our shows. Share all your friends' shit. Stop secretly hating and spread some love.
Hell yeah.
And we love you all, and we'll be back next week.
Hey, guys, I want to say that you guys are pretty unique to me.
Yeah, first of all, that's actually a hat. His hair is sticking out.
What?
I thought it was his hair, too. I was disappointed.
That's a hat?
Look up the Hawaiian Punch guy. That's not his hair. That's a hat.
Oh, the phone.